The Whiskey Brothers podcast is intended for an adult listening audience. If you find yourself easily offended, I guarantee this will do it.
They don't want no problems. Nah.
From Houston, Texas, the Whiskey Brothers podcast starts now.
Welcome to the 620th episode of the Whiskey Brothers podcast. Hey,
Jesus Christ.
We are your Whiskey Brothers. I'm your host, as always, at least for 619 of these 620. Slade Ham. To my left, the Right Reverend Robert L. Mungle. To his left, our guest for the week, Zach Dixon. It's good to have you here, Zach So Raven. Our guest, cast members now at this point, Dale Cheeseman.
Bienvenidos, Panama.
And Trey. It's so funny. God, that's going to be so much funnier when that episode happens.
It's going to be funny in 25 years when I'm still doing, just talking about my Panama moment.
Hanging on to it. I think we should go to Panama.
People are going to call me Panama Dale.
Trey Tutson
I can't, because they only want my grandma to come, but she won't stop calling them Mexican. So, that's a no-go.
Funny as hell.
Trey Tutson is here also. We're broadcasting from our brand new studios.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the
What we got?
Tijuana Tampon Studios.
And thus we are this week.
Are you bleeding on a budget? Tijuana tampons.
You can be part.
They'll sop it up like a sopapilla.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little sugar on the outside.
Did your vagina look like salsa? Well,
Yes.
Soup that up.
Well, let's make it a mild sauce.
Oh my God, that's
funny.
disgusting.
They think Mexican women aren't pregnant and can't have their periods. That they need a product for it.
No Mexican girls ever had a period.
Right, I know.
That's where Trump's really overstepped the line. Separating these pregnant women from their children at the border.
Yes, King.
What is that? Ice-bortion?
Yeah,
What
we-
is?
We call this Roe v. Fuck you.
Roe v. Wade your ass back to the Rio Grande. Stupid. You can row or wade,
Wade your ass
but
back.
either way, you got to get back.
We're not having it here.
Oh, shit.
It's the Monterrey Trail. You could die of dysentery or a coyote. A drunken coyote's rage.
Oh,
The beginning of the game, you just lose half the money you start with for no reason.
Yeah.
Something came up.
Why is the screen all black? That's what it looks like in a railroad car.
It's not human transport. It's a Breaking Bad fantasy game where you can relive.
Heads up, your burro died. You have to wait 5 days.
Rape tree. Go back 3 spaces.
Did you guys download the Wall DLC? It's new, but honestly not even worth it.
What's your favorite character? Mine's Abuela.
She's so sweet.
I win. I arrive. What do we get? You get to be a maid for fucking 25 cents an hour. Congratulations.
Until you accidentally run a stop sign once and you have to do it all over again. Dummy. Do better.
Oh, shit. So funny.
You just upgraded. Anchor baby.
Oh, man.
Good times.
If you finally make it, it's just a digital version of you running across the street going, tamales, 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 tamales.
Maybe we need to bring Kiki and her Mexican femaleness back to the...
Oh, Rob, you always look for an apologist
Man.
to make what we say okay.
Yeah.
I just caught on y'all was doing a game. Like, nigga, I didn't know what was happening.
You were just like, this is the news?
We have these bottles all come to us from you guys. That's important to note. If you want to be a fan or a friend of ours, you can join our Patreon. That's the easiest way to send us a bottle. Plenty of folks are doing that now, and I want to make sure I say hi to some of them. Bryce Weathersby, too, and Alex McCagan, both of you guys.
Can anybody send the Sinatra Jack Daniels?
We haven't had that yet.
Not yet.
No,
It might make me like his music.
Oh, look, Trey's,
Wait a minute.
Trey's pouring his own.
No,
we're in
baby.
trouble.
You don't like Sinatra?
Rob, we've
You
covered
know,
this.
We covered
you know
this?
Yes,
goddamn
ad
well
nauseum.
he ain't shit.
So, our Drunk Dial hotline, we have 323-510-7468, 323-510-7468. You can also drunk text us. I had a back and forth with, the other night, somebody texted from California. Sometimes they come to my phone.
Yeah.
It depends on if I have this on or not. So the other night, I get this text out of the blue at like fucking midnight, and it's just a bottle of Jack Daniels down to about right here. Rob, do you notice the same thing I noticed almost immediately? Your eyes may not be good enough. Does the bottle look a little...
It doesn't look like Jack Daniels.
It's a little foggy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's a little foggy. So I just texted back immediately. Proud of you. Now drink that shit out of like hot like a man and keep that out of the freezer. And then I ended up having a conversation where he's
see.
defending why he put it in the freezer. It's whiskey does not belong in the freezer. If you send
Why
me
not?
pictures,
Heathens.
Why not?
because we drink.
Well, what is that, sir?
It's
That's how I sound when I'm doing my taxes. Well, why do I owe $800? Well, what's going on?
You have to prove to me beyond a reasonable doubt that I owe you $6,000. I'll be fair, open-minded here, but good luck.
Now, if you
turn this in.
If you can't deduct, I must interrupt because we have to get to the
And
bottom of this.
Dale, you just proved why I don't believe in accents. You see how we all just sounded the same?
You don't believe in accents?
This has been. This keeps coming. It keeps coming up.
But you understand why? What?
And you understand why we had 2 episodes dedicated to that. I still don't fucking know. You
We all
understand that?
just sounded white. That's my point. That's how the motherfuckers are pretending.
Yeah. Here's the difference, though. You stopped.
Yeah, on purpose.
You understand? I still sound like this.
On purpose. Y'all get it. Shit.
That's his end.
Where you at? Defend me.
I know, absolutely.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, whatever you're saying just sounds like full-blown hogwash.
Preaching to the choir.
I got to be honest. It's quite the hullabaloo you're making about this.
I'm sorry.
And I don't. That kind of ruckus is just not something we lean into here.
He has got some weird out there theories and some hullabaloo that that people don't understand, but he's never gone to the race card, and I'll give him that. So easily pull that out. It's just accents don't exist because you're not racist or some shit. I don't.
No, they don't though. They just
Go-
pretend. You know it's pretend.
Go to Kentucky one time
Yes,
and just go to the airport.
because Trey's been absolutely nowhere. This is the most beautiful
Oh,
part.
yeah.
Yeah,
He is
I'm going to L.A.
What's the furthest? Where's the furthest you've ever been?
The furthest I ever been
Right now.
was South Beach, Florida. On a
by
family
car?
And there's
trip.
no accents
By
there.
car. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, Rob. Motherfuckers is pretending because everybody pay their bills the same. Can you be here by Tuesday? Everyone sounds the same. Can I get an extension? That's all. That's universally the same.
I think we all have the ability
No, that's
to do
not
that.
It's not the accents are bullshit. They know the white accent gets them more access.
It does. I pull that with cops all the
yeah.
time.
All right. I mean, I ain't fair.
What
enough.
about like
It's just because white people sound slightly scared all the time.
It works.
That's
It really works.
What's wrong, officer?
scared and confident?
It's never confident like, I can't. I honestly can't do it.
Yeah, what-
'Cause at all moments in my life, I'm scared.
What whites have you been around? I only,
of 'em.
nigga, I
Just
only
the
know
best
arrogant, aggressive whites.
Okay, so we know the same ones.
Exactly. I don't know what you see right there. You
But to
Jazz?
No, but to his ear, his ear, it sounds fearful. To yours, it's very aggressive.
Yeah, well, I only know the.
Here's
the,
a little secret about the whites. They're more
Uh-huh.
scared of you
Yeah.
than you are of
You know they say
like
if you see a bear, make yourself big.
Yeah,
It's like that. You're scared, but you look intimidating.
you know what I said about racism?
I wasn't
What
even
do you
close,
say
was it?
I
about
think
racist?
whites should just bring back lynching because it's
Fuck yes, Trey. Let's get into this.
because it's easier to buy rope than a gun. Like they don't ask for ID when you buy a rope. They don't ask questions. They just be like, "Oh, okay, you got."
But a gun is like a speaker. If you're a new artist, you're not going to have a crowd. You need to make yourself heard.
Yeah. Think about all the Instagram pictures
Look,
we're going to lose.
Ropes are you've already released your number one
shit.
album. Now you're doing little small secret shit.
Right. You know how long it would have taken that guy in Vegas to do that with a rope?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would have
Do
been
you
a while.
know?
But you-
University of Virginia, that Asian would have been there for fucking hours.
Do you know how more impactful and impressive that would have been?
Yes.
If he'd have lynched 70 niggas. That would've- You like
Just,
this-
just-
first of all, his
And no,
What would you even call
the argument though would be like, I can't believe that guy managed to get a rope around 70 different people's throats and nobody had the time to stop it. Nothing stops a good guy with a rope like a bad guy with a rope.
Tonight on Sports Science, can you physically hang 30 men in an hour and a half period? We put scientists to the test to disprove this myth. The average rope can only hold 200 to 300 pounds before you lose tensile strength.
Jason's a Navy SEAL. He hung 74 people in Iraq.
It's making that hacky typer noise as it brings up
Right now, they're telling us that 70 people were hung. Right now, this is the government conspiracy. It's the only way this is going to happen if the government was involved. There's no way a single man can put 70 people in a fucking rope.
Jason's going to take each one of your ropes and he's going to tie it to this ballistics dummy.
As a professional wrestler, I have been hung over 38 times.
This is
and
true.
I can tell
This is
you,
verifiable.
on
You can
every
see it.
rope, there is a secret hook leading down to your belt. You are never in harm's way for a moment.
But-
this is a false flag operation.
This is true. You heard it right here. You can get the information at Infowars.com right now. Just sign up.
Anthony Bourdain and David Carradine and the guy from NXS, Michael Hutchinson.
False flag.
You mean people speaking the truth to power?
And I mean all those black guys. All those black people. That was also. I didn't mean to narrow that down to 90s music and travel shows.
You know who could? Here's who could hang 72 people. Is one hypnotist.
All right, you're putting on a tie. You're putting on a tie.
Now, when I say Jim Crow, you are going to...
Right now, this is true. You can look it up.
damn.
The government has trained over 60 hypnotists to go around the country. And every time you walk into a Las Vegas showroom, you're taking your life into your own hands.
I was totally going to say
shit.
that. I totally was going to say one of those yo-yo champions, but you
so
beat me. That was.
funny.
Look, we got to take a break.
Oh damn, that quick?
Yeah, I know.
Damn, I was gonna say
And
you
we'll
know,
be right back in 10, 9,
Oh, we gotta do the commercial.
8,
It's just a brief- it's a brief
deeply,
thing.
Can we do the
7,
lynching commercial?
6, you're feeling sleepy. 5.
Are you having trouble lynching niggas? Try new non-breakaway rope.
Oh, it's Matthew Lesko, but he doesn't have... He has little mini nooses on his suit.
It works in the rain. It works in the sleep.
It's the ShamWow of ropes.
Free rope from the government now. Free rope from the government
Can you
now.
believe this? Look at this. It's hung this guy in 30 seconds. Can you believe that? I hung 4 guys right now. You know what you can do? You can hang up watches. You can hang up all kinds of... Or you spill your orange juice, hangs it right up. It's fucking amazing. You got to buy this fucking thing. It's so beautiful.
Call in the next minute. We'll give you a pre-tied noose.
Sponsored by
1,
Dodge Ram.
More ass will take us
0,
back
you're asleep.
on the
It's
Whiskey
the
Brothers
Lynch. It's the Lynch Wow.
podcast.
Are you new to the Whiskey Brothers? Then check out the legendary first 400 episodes. Access the archives at praisewhiskey.com.
I know only minutes seem to have passed.
And you're awake. We're back on the Whiskey Brothers podcast. I apologize for that 16-second or 35-minute break you just
You'll
took.
never know. Nobody tell him.
Shit, man.
Wow, I wrote nothing down. That might have been the most fun segment I've had, and I don't know how
Dude, you
long.
know how that could happen though. You know how shocked you would be.
Yeah, it could happen.
When you see 5 niggas lynched, you like, yo, they really out here lynching. I guess I'm next. Like it's hard to move. Your legs can't even move. So you see a nigga get shot, you paralyzed. So if you see somebody go through the effort of tying this nigga up like an ornament on a tree, it's a wrap.
Have you seen
Just
someone
hung
be shot in
lovingly
real
with
life?
care.
I've never.
I've seen people shot. I've seen people lynched.
In real life?
I've seen somebody get lynched in Louisiana. I was like 6
Shut
years
the
old.
Fuck up, Trey.
I was 6. Nigga, you can look up the story.
Are you serious?
When I was 6 years old.
Hang on, I'm
This
gonna need
was
some whiskey.
This was
Pour me a
1998.
shot. Trey, all right, hang on. Trey just got documentary serious on us. We're all pouring around. Here we go.
Yeah, I seen somebody get. I mean, they did it themselves, but you know, it was.
Okay, hang on.
Suicide.
In fairness, they were
good
masturbating and he was the spotter. He's not good at it.
A spotter?
That's so
I
funny
said,
as
tell me
hell.
when you're done.
Because I've always, have I said this before? I always feel that way. People are like, when they die with the whole choking while they're masturbating thing, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why would you just not get a spotter? And I'm like, if you knew someone that well, they'd probably let you put it in them. Like, and there'd be no need for that news in the first place. Like if I'm that comfortable, hey Zach, could you just make sure I don't choke to death while I'm jacking off? I feel like we could just fuck.
Also, are you sure? I could just turn around real quick.
Right, just
Yeah.
wouldn't it be? Which one would be more uncomfortable to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely not some guy you just met. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Real quick, what I'm
Yeah.
about to do.
That's not like you're taking a survey in a food court. Like, here, excuse me, can I talk to you for a second? Just check the boxes.
Okay, first off, were you a Boy Scout?
What? Do you,
I didn't know where to post on Craigslist,
What's
so
up?
miscellaneous seemed like the best place.
I don't want to gloss over. I just watched a man.
Miscellaneous.
I went to Louisiana to watch somebody
Yeah.
hang.
Well, now it's a suicide.
Yeah,
It
okay.
was a suicide. Yeah.
Was he
I
at
don't-
your show?
No.
God damn. Damn, the lowest of blows. You went. That's a red card.
You know what?
I only knew to pull that because people have killed themselves at my show.
And I only knew to pull the red card because it's World Cup season. So
Dale,
God,
let me tell you something.
This
I'm gonna
got
get better.
35 more
Okay,
minutes.
I'm gonna get better.
what happened? I don't want to make this morbid as we toast. What
No,
happened?
I don't even know what happened. I was.
I know what happened.
I was 6 years old. We was at like a Ross or something. And
A Ross?
The nigga lynched himself in a fitting room. Yeah, I don't know the dude.
That's less of a lynching and more of a hanging.
Yeah, that's suicide
It's
at
the
Ross.
same shit. It's a nigga tied from some shit.
He hung himself with an Echo tracksuit.
Nah, he hung himself with a tie.
No, with a guitar string, like a Beck song.
Nah, it was with a tie.
What?
I walked in. to
One
go-
tie?
I was a kid. I walked in to go try on some pants,
And he was in there?
and he was already in there. But like
so you found the guy.
and I froze. That's how I know
Was he-
70 niggas can get lynched.
Was he-
because he was lynching himself, and I was just in shock. Like,
lynching
dang.
himself.
You know what you did, boy.
And somebody could have just scooped me up and did me. Like I was in
You
shock.
could have just scooped him up and probably saved him. You ever
Wait,
thought about
oh,
that?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize
Hell,
somebody was in here.
I was only 6. I didn't have the core strength.
All you need is 20
Was
pounds.
he dead when you walked in?
No, he was in the process.
Twitching.
That's what I'm saying.
He was in it. Like,
Did you ring a bell?
That is hilarious that you said that. I saw the nigga kicking like the last few breaths. I just walked
Whoa.
out and was like, "These don't fit."
so this
I just gave the pants to my mom. Yeah, these don't fit. We gotta try new.
These don't fit. Some dude's masturbating in there. We gotta go.
Nah, they I guess
That's,
they found
that's,
them or whatever.
Schro-
We was visiting. I didn't
guess
ever live in there.
if you leave and close the door, it's Schrodinger's
Schrodinger's
suicide victim.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he a white guy? Can a white guy lynch himself?
Nah,
Or is
he
it
was,
only-
it's
he
cultural
was,
appropriation.
Oh, you're right.
Totally.
He was one of them dirty Cajuns. Like you know how you can't tell what the nigga
Oh,
is.
I know exactly.
He
what
just
you mean,
he a
too.
dark skinned beige. You know what I mean?
The rest of the country calls it mulatto.
Yeah, mulatto. He was like, it's like this nigga look like a weird brown.
Yeah. Like cappuccino.
You know what?
black.
Oh man,
Them
rest in
shades
peace,
of
though, man.
them shades
Yeah.
of brown that can't be
Something
pants.
on the right side of the Starbucks menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crayola
more of
didn't
a-
have that color till
Yeah.
the early
Right.
2000s.
It's
Yeah.
like a
Sienna.
neon tan. It's
Yeah.
like a
Neon
neon
tan.
tan.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, he was like, he was one of
I'll
them
tell you what,
dudes.
shit, I'm going to go try on this tie.
Yeah.
Just tell my children I love them.
the wild,
You know they love me.
What if he winked at him? He's like, "I'll tell you this. I'm about to go try on this tie."
the wild shit is he had on sweatpants on a muscle shirt. And he
course.
hung himself
Yeah, he
with
was
the
doing this
tie.
shit
So
comfortable.
he might have just been trying to tie a tie for the first time.
Not
Is
from
it
the
possible
clothes.
you just watched a retarded guy get stuck on a hook?
Boudreaux, you done do
He
that wrong.
worked there.
Oh,
he
Boudreaux.
worked there.
No.
Some guy. He's one of the retarded employees that works at those places.
Yes.
Some guy tried on a tie, hated it, threw it over the rack.
I'm an Indian.
Jimmy came in. It's just like, let me get that. No.
This is why I don't believe in PTSD though. Because according to that, to a counselor,
You should be.
to a counselor. One of the
Last episode, last episode,
What you clearly don't believe in is sociopathy.
Wait a minute. You don't believe in PTSD because of this. I'm telling you, everything you have said on this podcast the last 6 months proves PTSD is real.
They said I'm supposed to be fucked up from it.
You are fucked up. You
Trey,
are the most fucked up person I've ever met.
That's simply not true.
That's not true.
And
I pump gas regular. You know what I mean?
Literally regular gas.
That is a job for fucked up people.
I poop all the time, super regular
Exactly,
there, dude.
yeah. I do so much regular shit.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing.
When I'm asleep, my eyes are genuinely closed.
Yeah, like I don't do nothing.
One
like
of
them.
Sometimes.
You know, because of the stress.
I yell at my wife for reasonable reasons. You know what I mean?
Sure. I'll tell you what, Chef. I'm going to go in this here Boudreaux room and try on this here tie.
No.
It's got all this, it's got the Tabasco on it.
Not Thibodeau. Not Thibodeau. It would be irresponsible for you to walk in there alone, Shaq.
I can't come unless you watch me now. They'll tell you.
What?
Now, you just made it uncomfortable, Shaq. I'm going to send the young Negra fella into the room
Why
much
turned
later.
Hurry!
Why have y'all
Zach
turned
and
into
Trey.
water bar extras?
Zach and Trey. This is where we see the divide of they still do Boudreaux Thibodeau jokes, whereas we grew up in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Shit, what are their new names?
Well, usually it's just guys from New Orleans. It's like, let's be honest, it's like
We just call them Katrina
Jamarcus
niggas.
or
Maurice. Maurice. It's Mr. Abear. There's no.
man.
Wait. What'd you call PTSD earlier?
Pretend stress
How about this?
disorder.
This is their name. Pretend. First name. Pretend.
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 Oh, pretend.
Is
Pretend
yeah.
Prejean?
Pretend
Yeah, you know,
Jefferson.
he was down during the flood.
Pretend Prejean.
Yeah, he come out afterward.
If Pretend Johnson doesn't run a 4.240, he's a piece of shit.
Oh, they got this young kid out of there. Not there.
Pretend
Johnson. He run a 4.4. Oh, shit. I tell you what. Oh, he look like he going for Mama Gumbo. I tell you what. That's how fast he run. Oh.
Do you know how they came up with the 40-yard dash? That was the distance to freedom. It was just a scared nigga trying to be free.
It was only 40 yards away?
No, it's because
You don't need a whole railroad
It's
for
a-
40 yards.
It's a mind trick.
No,
It's
that's
a mind
because
game.
that's the only way. That's as far as a white slave master could run back then. All you had to do was beat fucking Mr. Johnson.
If you got it 40 yards,
The guy in the
I'll
7th.
get you. I get
That's what
you.
they say. You ain't got to outrun all the people. You just got to
The slowest.
The dude in the 7-piece seersucker suit is just like, okay, we'll go to about here.
That's right. They sent
Where's my julep?
They sent the dogs at 40. So what we should be testing is the 80-yard dash.
Yeah.
When that nigga picked up speed after 40. Oh, there come the dogs.
Yeah, if you don't run the second 40 twice as fast as you ran the first 40.
That's right.
Yeah.
You wasn't shit.
That just goes to show
Yeah.
you, man, the NFL
The complete
fixed,
list.
bro.
The
It's
complete.
supposed to
The total distance
Supposed to be-
of a
supposed to
water
be-
hose spray is 40 yards. That's as far as it'll spray.
be a German Shepherd's bark has only been measured at.
What was that
All right.
science where they would just measure like black dudes' heads in classes and be like, you can see by the
yeah.
cranial structure. That's what the
Is that
combine.
eugenics?
Eugenics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what the combine evolved from.
And they call people
They actually called it
mongrels?
the combine because that's what replaced them.
Oh, that's fucking
Whoa.
That didn't get what it deserved.
Thank you. I feel like that was a little bit
Fucking
okay.
hilarious.
Me and you, baby. All right, cool. Thank you, Zach.
Mamma mia.
Explain that one to me.
That's,
in the
you
break.
guys explain. You guys appreciate it with your faces.
So like
you
cotton
assholes.
is- yeah. How about Eli Whitney? Was Eli Whitney not even a black guy?
Who's Eli Whitney?
He invented.
No,
the
he was
cotton
white
gin.
as shit. He invented the cotton
He
gin.
put slavery out of business.
Yeah. He was
Now,
the first
talk
guy
about
to
a
take
cultural
your job.
appropriation.
The way gin stayed.
The first guy to take your job.
Was he white, Eli Whitney?
He
Yes.
was
Yeah.
white, yeah.
But there again, it sounds like a fucking free safety.
Is Eli a black name or is that just Denzel Washington?
Yo, I finally watched that. That shit was dope.
Book of Eli?
I'm new on movies. That shit was
You're
fly.
new on movies?
Just let
Bro,
that go.
oh, this is my thing. That's what I wanted to know.
Dude, you know, I know something about you that
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting to reveal
Go
that
ahead.
blew my fucking mind.
What?
I'm going to wait.
Oh.
Okay, Nick.
For you to just
this
have
shit,
more of your opinion.
This shit tripped me out. That movie made me think, what is rape really? Because on the
Oh, no.
nigga.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Wait, listen.
No.
I don't
Warn
know.
yourself.
Hang on.
Warn yourself
No,
right now.
on the viewer discretion.
I don't care. I don't care with the Buddhists with their. What is the sound of one hand clap? This is the sound of 4 mics dropping. Carry on.
Let me explain my point.
And we all dropped, to be clear, we all dropped him to give him a standing ovation for this brilliant
Oh yes, we all.
observation that's about to come up.
Listen,
This is my new one-man play. What is rape?
Yeah.
Really?
He and Jordan Peterson are going to be doing a comedy tour.
That's Seth Meyers' new late night bit. Really, rape?
What? Okay, go ahead. Swing away.
on the viewer discretion, it's like violence, sexual,
Yeah.
whatever, and it shows rape, right? So
Right.
I'm excited. I'm waiting on the rape scene. How does this go down? And all it was that they was tussling with the lady, and the nigga unzipped his pants. That ain't rape. There was no intercourse that took place.
You have to finish it.
So what? Yeah, you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the single worst defense attorney in the
No, he never put
God damn.
Rob.
Now the standing.
Rob.
All right, no. We're gonna go back to the jururs room, and we're gonna discuss this for a minute.
But it was-
Thank you, counselor. Give us one moment.
It was-
I
How are
was-
the jurors being like, fuck?
Now, I would like to submit a defense of if he didn't ejaculate, that ain't rape.
It's not. It was just molestation. All they did was touch her.
If he didn't come, you must let him run.
Your Honor, I will submit that she was not quite good enough to finish the job. Therefore, it is only molestation on the dog.
It's at
Molestation.
best bad mistake.
That is-
How about this? He didn't shoot the goo. What are you gonna do?
Folks,
Be reasonable, please.
Bro, that is my
if
favorite
the cum
character.
didn't get in her eye, mistry.
That is my favorite
It's,
character.
it's not Johnny Cochran.
White
It's Johnny.
Johnny
Please
Cochran.
stop, man. Please. For the love of God, Johnny.
That's the worst.
Oh man.
I've never seen
If there
somebody-
was no cum, the defendant is dumb. This is clear. The prosecution is dumb. I might have misspoke, but there were no thrown ropes.
just
You know
hit
what?
some
No,
freestyle?
I didn't misspeak. If he didn't come, he is dumb. Ladies and gentlemen, incompetent to
Wait.
face trial.
Are y'all?
How do you look at this woman
I
and not
plead
blow a
insane
load?
rape.
Wait a minute. Are y'all saying I'm wrong?
No, we're saying if you did that, that would be the first time somebody walked a jury.
Which is a federal offense for them to walk out of court.
I can't watch this. I can't.
And they're like, no, I'll take the 3 years. Thank you.
Just 3 years. That's it. All right, sure.
Shit, man. Rob made me spit everything out.
Oh my god.
And he said last episode it takes an act of God to get anything to come out of his body. That you have done God's
so
work.
funny.
You walked the jury.
We unfortunately.
That's it?
God, I know.
God damn.
No.
Can
I
we
know.
still sit around after this though, and just fucking hang
Do you guys
out?
want to do? We have
We
another.
got one more episode.
We might record another one with you guys. Here's what I know.
All I want to do.
This is
I had more rape facts.
this is my favorite.
Kiki, come back! Come back, Kiki! We can't do this without you!
Trey
Is that
Tutson.
rape for real though? If the nigga only unzipped his pants,
you-
the dick was out. It wasn't in.
Trey Tutson, Dale Cheeseman,
You ain't gonna
Don't say my name. Don't say my name after that.
Zach Dixon.
Gonna lose all them Panama followers now, nigga.
Lo siento.
You back to regular now.
Mucho lo siento.
Rob Mungle. I am reluctantly your host, Slade Ham. We might reload the whiskey, and you guys might hear more from this particular crew again in August. I know this. Thank you for being a part of us. Thank you for contributing your bottles. All of you do that through Patreon, patreon.com/The Whiskey Brothers. You know our drunk dial. You know our Twitter. Everything I'm saying right now is repetitive. We love you guys. We'll see you on a future episode soon.
They don't want no problems. Nah.
Music provided by Scarface. Thank you for listening to yet another excellent episode of the Whiskey Brothers Podcast, the world's funniest podcast ever. The Whiskey Brothers Podcast was made in America by Americans, mostly in and around the Houston area. All content copyright the Whiskey Brothers. This concludes our broadcast day. Goodbye.